So I went to a fan screening of Godzilla Minus One, and I have to say, earlier I realized this movie had 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was just trying to wonder why this movie has 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's only in Japanese, so no English dub or anything of that nature. So I was kind of perplexed. I'm like, oh, I have to sit here and read this the whole time. But I didn't mind. I'm not lazy, so I don't mind reading. I'm just so used to having the English dub versions and people doing dubs of in American voices, just because everyone makes it just so much easier for us because we have such a large movie market. But they kept this movie original, and that's one thing I kind of respected about it. And the thing that I really loved about this movie is that they focus more on the people aspect than Godzilla. Don't get me wrong, Godzilla was a beast in this movie. And the thing I like about this movie, it takes place in after World War II. And so it follows the main character. I know I'm going to mess his name up. His name, I think it was Shakima, is how it was pronounced. But basically, he is a kamikaze plane fighter. And if you do not know what a kamikaze plane fighter is, they're basically like the suicide bomber before suicide bombers. They basically, their job was just to crash into any plane or any certain sort of structure and just kill themselves in the process. And in the process of he going there, he has plane malfunction, and he lands at this Edo Island, and they say the plane's kind of malfunction, and then they get the drift that the guy really doesn't want to be a kamikaze fighter. And in the midst of them trying to fix the plane, even that's wrong with the plane, they are suddenly attacked by Godzilla, and everyone on the island everyone of the army people are basically killed by Godzilla. And this was earlier in the movie, like in 1945, right after the war. Fast forward a few years, he meets a young lady after the bomb that America dropped, and they're dealing with the aftermath. And he meets a young lady. I think her name was Notoriyuki, and she has a young child with her, a child that she found in the rubble, and he brings both of them in, and they end up raising this child together, even though they aren't together. Fast forward 2 years, Godzilla kind of makes his reappearance, and now he must kind of grips into the reality of trying to figure out how to get this demon out of his head into real life, and know that he's not in his head, and he must come up with a plan. Him and the Japanese army come up with a plan to kill Godzilla once and for all, so he can kind of get back from the first encounter that they did previously 2 years ago. I know that plot was all over the place, but I have to say about this movie, I really love the aspect of this movie because Godzilla, don't get me wrong, he was a dick in this movie. Like, and there wasn't like him fighting any other monsters. It was just Godzilla being Godzilla. He was killing those little Japanese people. Like, I'm talking about, he was terrorizing them. And the thing that I loved about this movie, they took it back to homage. It's almost coming up on 70 years of Godzilla, and the thing I love about this movie is that the graphic of Godzilla, it wasn't super like crisp. It was a mix of this new generation age and an homage to the old Godzilla. Let me show you a picture. So this is from the first Godzilla movie, and it's funny, they actually reenacted this scene in the movie, like with this train scene. So this, you can see this is like an old one, and they basically took like that gray ish from the Godzilla and kind of made him into the new one. And then you come to the new one, it's pretty much still got that gray, but his tail is just crazy in this one. And especially when he goes up to a special attack, how that light just flash. Whew. And like I really love like the ending and how they kind of came together to try to stop Godzilla, and it also kind of can lead to a part 2. And I really hope so. Like, this movie has 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, and after sitting through it, I was just like, man, like I'd watch this. I would really love to watch this movie in English dub, so I don't have to read some of the subtitles. Because some of the things, like the plot of how they were gonna kind of stop Godzilla, I kind of got lost in translation just because a lot of it was a little technical, and I would really love that seeing it just in English dub because a lot was kind of going by pretty quickly. But all in all, like, I love this movie. It comes out this weekend. There's a lot of movies coming out this weekend with Beyonce, Silent Night, in this one, but I would definitely go check out Godzilla. It's in like especially movies like these are in limited runs, so this movie will not be in theaters for a very long time. So drop those comments, guys. Let me know what you guys think once you guys do see this. Like I said, it comes out tomorrow. Let me know what you guys thought about it.